What's up? What's up? What's up? Just the VGP in the house. Okay, so I want to talk about, I guess it's dating part two. The idea of dating out here for women and guys are really different. From what I understand, the girls' dates more or less that you meet them at a certain time. You plan everything: where to go, what to see, what to do, where to go to eat, everything you plan. What movies to go to. When I was first came out here, they paid for everything. Now I think some still may pay, some may not. You might have to pay, or you may have to pay half. I'm not sure what's going on now. And also, but you have to plan everything. So it's basically, if you meet at lunch, you go to lunch. Meet at 12, you go to lunch. Make sure you don't come late. You go to lunch, you eat, you sit there and you talk about how good the food is, maybe how it tastes or whatever comments she wants to make. Pretty much, that's it. The conversation has to be funny, always making them laugh, stuff like that, and nothing serious, work or anything like that. Just all fun, Mickey Mouse stuff. I used to always think that if guys tell me that, when they told me that, I was like, I can't do that. But yeah, it's that's a real issue. Women like doing that, talking about that Mickey Mouse stuff. Basically, it's just just laughing at stuff. Then if you want to go to a park, you do that. Go to amusement parks. It's always good to take them places where they can have fun, shopping, the malls, or driving around to new places. Amusement parks are good. USJ is good. Out in Tokyo, wherever it's good. Go shopping with them. Maybe buy them something, or just looking at clothes, eating ice cream. A lot of women like that. Well, I'm just telling you what I've been told, okay, and what I've observed, because some people they like eating sweets because they do like that for whatever their reason is. They do like it. And then sometimes just sitting at home playing video games if you find one that's good, or watching videos. Like I said, going to the movies. It's not that much different from the States, except for they always need to be activated or emotionally driven. And I mean, not like in a bad emotional way where, we might think of it, in the States where, they say how they say that a lot of women in the States are really emotional. But I guess that would be in a negative way. But emotionally, just keep things excited. Got to keep them excited. Because once they get bored, it's like, some of them just might go home, or they'll get quiet on you and pull out their smartphones, and start, playing around and stuff. There's different attitudes out there too. Like I was talking to a friend, he was talking about how he dates in the States, and he dates Japanese women, Korean women, Chinese women, and this guy, I think he came out here once, to visit me, and he was telling me how they, it's, if you don't keep them entertained, they're just gonna get bored, and then start talking about their ex-boyfriends, or just different situations. So it's more or less, it's really a job, to go out, unless you just luckily happen to get lucky and meet a woman who knows what she want to do, and she plans out everything. Because you do have a lot of women who just plans out everything. You're going to go here, you're going to do this, you got to do it at this time, you got to eat a certain way, you got blah blah blah. I call that conditioning if they're doing it because they want to get with you. If it's just a regular date, then that's fine too. So you got those kind of things going on. When I hang out with women out here, the more I talk, the more this conversation seems to turn combative. And it's not because I say anything that's combative. It's just that I'll say something, I won't say anything. I'm sorry, they won't say anything. I'll just bring up something. I could bring up anything, and it could be just something totally innocent, but it might be a key word or a key phrase in what I said that might trigger something in their minds that maybe they've been thinking about, and then they'll bring it up, and because my word or sentence or phrase may have been a trigger for them to think of whatever it is they thought of, then they're like, well, it's your fault because you started the conversation. I'm like, how can I'll say, how can I say that? How can I go, if I say I like apples, and then you take my I like apples and then turn it into something about you being allergic to fruit, something like that. How is that my fault? I'm talking about apples. I'm not talking about your allergies or fruits. I'm talking about a fruit, not one. So for me, I've just learned the best thing to do is just listen to them. Just let them talk. Because it's I guess a lot of people look at me as a father figure. Someone to ask advice, or someone not necessarily ask advice, but someone just to listen, and stuff like that. So it's like when one guy told me, about planning out everything, I was like, I'm not planning out nothing, because actually the truth of it is, when you come out here to Japan, the only thing that's new or that's exciting is you are the entertainment. Because these women out here, especially if you're going out and hanging out in their neighborhoods, they grew up there from kindergarten, nursery school, all the way to high school. If there's a university nearby, they're going to go to the one that's in the city, or they'll go to a further one. But they're going to come back home, and they've been to all the restaurants, everything that comes out. All the new restaurants are in these magazines. They're online. They go check them out with their friends, and if they got like 10 restaurants, in a certain area, they're going to go to them multiple times. So then when you get there, they'll take you there. And this is what I mean about entertaining. You'll go there, and they've probably been there 1,000 times, and they'll pretend like they've been there for the first, this is so good, and blah blah this and blah. And actually, it's good. It's a good thing to make the to make that occasion happy. I wouldn't say happy, but fun. And it's good. And so you'll get excited about it and everything. They'll be excited, and it's a good thing. But it's no buzz to it. That's it. But once in a while, once you go to them once or twice, then a lot of us Westerners, I guess, we get tired of and want something new. But they can go to the same one, especially if they go with different people, whatever, and they just start, talking about something exciting. So it's not even the date that's that makes it fun, but whatever it is that they talk about. So if you have a good what is that called? If you spontaneously, not spontaneous, if you can spontaneously create some conversation that's funny and stuff like that, then you'll have a good time, out with these women and doing things, But if you don't do that, and they don't do that, then it's going to get boring like real quick. So the dating out here, I don't know. I guess it probably shouldn't be not too much different than other places, but I guess in a lot of the difference, I guess, between Japan and in the States when it comes to dating, is that I won't say everyone, but a lot of us, well, I wouldn't say a lot of us, but a lot of people know where they want to go. They go to these restaurants and stuff like that. But these women, they go out. They'll know how the food is made, where it's made, what year it was made, and when it was discovered, who discovered it, how it was done. They know about the store, the owners, and it's some crazy stuff, So it's entertaining, but it just depends, you know, because you can always go. I mean, the worst thing you can do is go to a club with your girlfriend, you know. And a lot of people do that. And I think I've went with my wife to a club a few times, and guys, because she got a nice butt, and guys were trying to touch on her and stuff like that, you know, and stuff like that, you know. When I was there, you know, it was like 4 or 5 guys all up on her and stuff, and I had to go over there and somebody's on the phone. Yeah, I had to go over there and you know, put them in check, you know. But yeah, it's going on a date to a club with your girl. You know, if it's the first time you're going out with the girl and you like her, but because sometimes they just there's difference, you know, if you're just there just to be their buddy, you know. I mean, if you're there, but their intention is that you're just their buddy, or you know, you're just like a stuff and then you know, have some fun with, or some accessories they call it, you know. Then when you go to a club, she's open, she's free, she'll go there with you and leave with somebody else, you know, especially when you you know, if the other guys are if they already been in Japan for a while and they know the game, they just walk up and say, hey, come on, let's go. And you're like, well, with you? She's like, no, we're just friends, you know. And it's like, and you could have been with her just that night or that morning or that afternoon, but you're just friends, and she'll go out with somebody else, you know, and because he might be more exciting, or maybe speak Japanese, or he could be a new face, you know, to her, or could be an old face, but she understands that he's fun and stuff like that. So, or it could be another conditioning thing, and actually it's not a bad thing, you know. I went to a club with this one lady, and we went together, and there was this one African dude there, so he was sitting with us, we were talking, and he was talking to us, and he said, can I talk? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. Next thing you know, them two left together. I'm like, wow. But the funny thing about it, that I didn't really care, but it was just funny because she called me and asked me to go out with her, so we went there. But we went to Sunsplash, and Sunsplash is known for, you know, the women going there just for the D and stuff, for the black D and stuff. So it was really interesting. But and then she called me later, 6 months later, how much she pregnant and everything. So we just started hanging out. But the reason, I don't know why I do that. You know, sometimes I think I need to just stop doing that. You know, just hanging out with people, and you know, and start doing some other things. A lot of other things I need to do. But I don't know. It's just interesting. But yeah, that was weird. You know, some women do. They would call me and say, what you doing? I'm like, nothing, I'm at home. All right, bring some food. Like that one lady I just told you about, after we started hanging out, she lived in Osaka, and Wakayama, and she was like, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. She said, I'm coming to see you. I'm like, all right, bring some food. She brings some Subway sandwich every time, you know. And that was really interesting, you know. And then there's some other women that did that too, that lived in Wakayama. They're like, what you doing? Nothing, I'm coming over. All right, bring some food. And they come over, we sit, we chat. Basically, I just listen to them, you know, just say whatever it is they got to say. And then after that, we do it, and they go home, you know. And sometimes that would happen like 2 or 3 times in one day, you know. And I'm like, wow, you know. So it's really interesting. So the typical dating here in Japan is, it just depends on who you with, you know, and who you are, you know, and the woman that you're with, and you know what their plans are. Because I remember one person told me that he was dating some girl, and it's not. And if you hear this and you think it's you, it's not. There's a whole bunch of people that said the same thing. You know, these girls, they'll have a father. You know, their family be rich, right? But there's no son; it's just a daughter. And the father wants to have don't want to necessarily give his business to just his daughter. You know, she want him to be married or something like that. And some guys say, you know, me and my girl, we're gonna get married because the father wants me to run a business. And so, well, she'll say that to him. You know, my father wants me to get married, and then I can have the business, or we can have the business, or he'll put in your name, or whatever. I'm not sure. He'll give it to her, or whatever. But so she'll ask the guy to marry, and I'm like, all right. So they marry, might have a kid, or whatever. Just so the father be happy. And then once she get it, it's like some guys think they all in and stuff, but it's not necessarily like that. So I don't know. The dating out here is really weird. It's not. I mean, they do have it like the same in the States, where you go out and you spend all kinds of money on women. Sometimes you don't got to spend anything. Your first date could be like, let's meet up, what you doing, where you want to go, and if she say no, okay, let's come back to my house, and that could be a date. You just stay at your house all day and stuff. So it's really interesting how it is and stuff. But regardless of how the dates go, how things go and stuff like that, you always have to keep a lot of make a lot of connections with a lot of women, because it's better. And plus, there are a lot of single women out here. You'd be surprised. I mean, there are lots. I mean, probably 7 out of 10 women out here that you see walking on the streets, if they single anyway, they probably are single, no boyfriend and stuff like that. So and it's cool to walk up to them and say, hi, what's up, see what happens, but yeah, the typical dating, I don't know, because I think it's basically what I hear, it's just all about having fun. And but like I said, you got to understand the character that they create of you and what they think you are, and that character of what you are, and you have to understand what that character is that she created about you, and then that will make the dating go so much smoother. Because I've messed up a lot of opportunities where dating these women, and they want to give me presents. I'm saying no, or sometimes I'll just ask them for $1,000 or $3,000, and they'll bring the money. But I'm like, no, I was just joking, never take it, and stuff like that. And it took a while. I mean, it took a while before I really understood what was going on and stuff, and where I messed up, and things that I should have done, and so. But I mean, everything did turn out well. But it's just interesting, because had I just been, it's not that I did know, but how it is where it's not, how it is like a lion have catch a baby animal and just be playing with it, and then let it go. So instead of being serious, so that's how I am. They'll bring the money or bring a present or whatever. I mean, presents always took them, but different things so that can happen. I'm just joking. I'm joking. And out here, you don't have to, like a lot of guys say, you be a player. You don't have to be a player in Japan. You just do you. You don't have to lie. Because there are just too many women out here where you don't have to lie. And I'm not saying necessarily tell the truth, but there's a lot of times where you really just don't have to say anything. Just be quiet. Don't I wouldn't say not reveal too much, but just don't have any empty, what else things called, empty messages or something like that. But other than that, it's cool. But when they first come out here, you're gonna be excited, because all the women and everything. And now they got a lot of foreigners are here too, visiting, some going to school and stuff. So and then the foreigners, they're more, even though they're not westernized, but they're more, they're easier to be with and have more fun than the Japanese women, because everyone else seemed to be westernized, or had a Western kind of psychological thinking than Japanese women do. But the Japanese women, they understand it, but they got a notch. Theirs a little higher, because they understand that what comes with the Western psychological thinking, or the Western thinking, is there's a lot of psychology in it, and these women know it. And if you play the role, you understand what's going on, then you can make a lot of situations more advantageous for you, and that's what they do. So I don't knock them. when I get dogged out, some things I went through too, I can't really think of any too much other than getting stuff. That was the biggest one. But, some things did happen, and I'm like, first get upset. I'm like, nah, why did I get upset? Because the only reason I get upset is because I create a situation in my mind where she might say no, and then I'll start thinking like, oh, I won't think that she don't want to be with me because we've been together for a long time, or she just want to move on. I had to think of something like, oh, she's messing with some other guy or something like that, and then that'll make some kind of an emotion. Well, of course, it'll, some ideal or picture play out in my head, but then it'll make me emotionally exciting, and then I will use that to, try to make my peace about the situation or get angry about it, but can't do anything about it and stuff like that. So I understand that even with my wife, she'll blah 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 whatever, and I'm like, okay, fine. And I told her recently, I said I need to turn back to the California route. When I first came out here, because I really didn't care, because just make that money, that was it. Because you're in their country, and what can you actually teach them about their country that they don't know? Because they can lie and say they don't know about this and they don't know about that, but they do a lot of reading. A lot of people out here do a lot of reading, and on the news, it's like a newspaper. I mean, it's like reading the newspaper, and they talk about everything, the stores and the places to eat, all kinds of things. So it's it's really interesting, though. Really, really interesting how this stuff goes. So all I can say is just when we come out here and date, being dated, be exciting, be you, do you. But like I tell the guys in my other videos, you gotta have an agenda. If you don't have an agenda, about what you want, then pretty much, it's gonna take you, whatever happens, it's gonna take you down a road that there are gonna be many roads that you can go on, of course, but one road definitely is gonna take you down this one that that you don't want to go down, so always negotiate, I guess. But anyway, that's about it. Dating in Japan is really interesting. Different guys have different situations. Some guys meet a girl, and say, hey, let's do this. You're like, oh, I want to fall in love. You're like, no, it's only this, no love, just this, Some girls agree, some don't, so and then they meet and might go out to eat, and, whatever he wanted to do, they want, of course, they eventually want to do the same thing, and that's what ended up happening. So I don't know, it's just really interesting. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm out. Peace.